Welcome to Deanne's Enduring Journey to Bliss. My name is Deanne, and I have a mostly native plant garden in my front yard. I thought I would just take a quick walk around the garden with you this morning or today. Not just to share, but so I have a record. So I have a record of what I'm growing. So this right here, that is a coneflower. And this right here is a wine cup. Both of those are native. And this right here is Pearly Everlasting, another native. That is a salvia. It is not native. I need to deadhead the rest of those so it'll continue to bloom. This is Rabbit Brush. It is a native. I have another Pearly Everlasting in the center of the screen there, another native. I do grow irises. They are not native, but I really like them, so I will grow them. The pink in the screen, that is Prairie Smoke. That is a native plant. The green in the center, that is actually a Joe Pieweed. I have 3 of those. Here's one. There's another right there. And the third is over there, but it's quite hidden. And then the silver in the middle, that's actually a lamb's ear, which is not native, but the pollinators really enjoy it. And it's a very drought tolerant plant to have in the garden. This right here is a blue stem, little blue stem. It's a native grass for the prairies and for Colorado. This is another salvia. Again, I need to deadhead this. I didn't work on this one at all yesterday. I don't know if you can see any of the pollinators, but there is lots of activity going on between what's left on the salvia, the little lavender harebells, which are native, and this penstemon, which is a native. This penstemon typically draws in quite a few hummingbirds as well. It's quite pretty. See if I can get you a close-up of this. Well, I don't know if those are coming in like I'd like them to for you. Let's back it back out. Quite pretty. Pollinator magnet. Next to it here, it's not in full bloom yet, but we have a bud of a coneflower. Right there's its stems and leaves. Another iris, not a native. That right there is a panzanita. That typically blooms early spring. It is a native. We're going to pan up. Oh, nope, he left. Hummingbird came in, but he left that quick. Right here, this is another lamb's ear. It's not native, but pollinators enjoy it, and so I grow it. It's very drought tolerant. And then we have my tomato plants. They're growing. And some basil. This tomato plant's a lot smaller. This one's already producing. This is a beautiful rose. It's called a bolero rose. And it's quite gorgeous. It has a lovely scent. It's not a native, but I do love my roses, and so I grow them. Down here is a ice plant that I think I need to move. There's only about 2, maybe 3 hours that it gets full sun like it is now. So I think I need to move it to a more sunny location. Ice plant is not native either. It's a very good ground cover. And then here we have some manzanita again. It is native. And as I mentioned, it blooms in the springtime. And right here we have a mimosa bearded iris in bloom. It's kind of small. They have a lovely scent. This is another little blue stem grass, native. This lovely patch of ground cover right here, that is a elfin thyme. Has tiny little, see if I can zoom on that. Tiny little flowers. I don't know if I can get that to come in for you. Itty bitty little flowers. And the one beside it, I cannot recall the name of that plant. I want to say they call it a hummingbird. Mint doesn't sound right, but you can kind of see the blooms, how the red comes out. It's not native, but the hummingbirds love it. We'll walk down my path. These are all my peonies. They are not native, but they are a plant from my childhood that I love to grow. Here's an iris, another bearded iris. This one smells like grape soda. My peonies are looking pretty nice still. We'll lift this one up. It's so pretty. Just look at that. It's very pretty. Peonies. This is a David Austin rose. And I'm getting some buds at the top. Okay. So that is that little section. Again, this is another Pearly Everlasting in the center there. Then on this side, I have yarrow. This variety of yarrow is kind of pinks, different pink colors, so it's not the true native white one, but it doesn't spread near as much, and the pollinators still love it. And right beside that is another little blue stem, native prairie grass. These two right here, those are meadow chickweed, which is a native plant. And the big batch of green right there, that's goldenrod, which is native. And again, we have to get a shot of the peonies looking amazing. And the scent in the air is lovely. This is a Monarda, native. Pollinators love it. It's a good host plant too. This is called ice plant. It's not native, but it's an excellent ground cover. It's very drought tolerant, and it spreads quite well. Looks good with the native garden, but it's not native. So in the middle there, that is a sedum, which is not native. I have a second one there, and then a third one right there. Those are not native, but again, they're extremely good for pollinators, the nectar, and they do good with the drought tolerance. All that silver is a native Artemisia. I don't remember the actual name of it, but it is a native one. Got penstemons here in the front that self-seeded from last year, which does my heart good. I like free plants. This is a Baptisia, which is considered native. And it is another bee magnet right now. There are so many bees swarming around, you probably can't see them. There is a second Baptisia. And then this little patch here in the center of the screen, that is a Magnus coneflower. The Magnus variety is not the native variety, but it is very similar, same characteristics, except for it gets a little bit larger and doesn't have the narrow leaves that the native would have. Pollinators love it. Okay, and here's some of those penstemons that self-seeded for me. And they are lovely. Lovely. And we have a little bee. I'll probably leave by the time I get over here. Yep. Sorry. Okay. He's hanging all around there. Here he goes. There he goes. Probably didn't catch him again. Sorry. Anyway, so here's some more of that. Same sedum. Same penstemon. This is penstemon, not sedum. I'm sorry. That is a native variety, and it is the same as that variety, and it's self-seeded over here, which, again, I'm very happy about. This right here is a yellow evening primrose. Primrose are typically considered native. I don't remember the actual name of this one, but it's a yellow variety. And this right here, getting ready to go into bud, that is a fireweed, which is a native plant. And below it, that is Agastache, which is considered native. And behind my sign, that is an Apache plume. No buds yet. It is a native. And along here, that's another Monarda, which is native. That is a prairie not viburnum, verbena. And it does spread. I just planted those this year, so they're not very big yet, but we'll give them some time. Next to it, the very tall, that is a scarlet ghea. That's a native plant. I have another one right there, but either a bunny rabbit or some other critter has snapped the little stem. I'm hoping it'll continue to grow. I just planted those this season as well. This right here is a chocolate flower. It is a native Colorado plant, prairie plant. And right there is a little blue stem. This right here is tufted primrose, evening primrose. And here's another little chocolate flower plant among the grass. I have some of the narrow-leafed coneflower. That is kind of in the center of the screen right now. It's the native variety that grows in the meadows and the prairies in Colorado and Kansas and probably up in Wyoming. It's native. And behind the tall burgundy-leaved, that I believe is my Mexican hat, which is the prairie coneflower, but it has typically yellow, sometimes kind of brown petals. And some people call it a Mexican hat because of how the bloom looks. And that's another tufted evening primrose that is a native. This plant in the center and the one right there behind my hose, those are both phlox. They're not native, but the pollinators really enjoy them. So I plant them. And then this is a penstemon variety. I'll zoom in. It's a very pretty variety. Hopefully that's coming through. Zoom back out. Right here is my poppies. They're not necessarily native, but they're a nice exclamation point in the garden. This up here, this is penstemon. It's a different variety of penstemon. This one has an orange flower when it blooms. I have 3 of them. This one's not as big as the other 2. Right above that is my mock orange. This is one that I think they call it the Western Butte. I can't remember, but it is considered native. It's grown through Colorado and Wyoming. It may go on over into Utah. I'm not 100%, but it's a mock orange and has a lovely scent. I have two of those in the garden bed. This one's giving me really nice blooms right now. Down here, this is wild strawberry. I just let it grow for the birds to come in and eat the berries. That kind of bluish or gray leaf, that's a rabbit brush, a native plant. This is one of my David Austin roses. It's not a native, but it is very pretty this morning. Lovely scent. Very nice. And this over here is mint. I did not plant it. I'm not sure how it got in the yard, but it's here. I may have to dig it out. We'll come on up here. This is Nodding Onion. It's a native. Behind it is Monarda. That is a native. And right there in the center is another rabbit brush that I planted this season. That's another Nodding Onion. Nodding Onions are native, and so is rabbit brush. So is Monarda. And right here is my other mock orange. And I'll have to zoom in. It's starting to get windy. See the white? That is its little blooms that haven't quite fully opened yet. But that's another mock orange native plant. Down there in the center of the screen, that is a native version of a phlox, creeping phlox. In the center of the screen, you can see the green starting to come out of the tan. And that is a little blue stem, native grass. And this right here is a rabbit brush. Again, it's a native plant for pollinators. This is a sand cherry, and it's looking really nice. Very healthy. It's been in the yard now, I want to say this is its 4th year. But it's looking pretty good. This is a mountain mint, which is considered a native. I put it in the little tomato cage just to keep it kind of upright when it rains or, anything like that that might splay it or make it lay down. That right there is a coneflower. And right in front of it, that's another meadow chickweed. It didn't get quite enough water, but you can see it is starting to green up on a bit of it there, so I think it's still going to make it. This is a Damask variety rose. It's got some buds getting ready to open. This is a Sunset Crater penstemon. This is a native. It's another native, and the pollinators love it. They're buzzing all around. I don't know if that's going to come through on what you see or not, but they are everywhere. And then we have the Monarda. Another Monarda. We have more iris. That is another coneflower. And at the base of this rose, that is Blazing Star, which is native. And here is some Prairie Smoke, which is native. And the iris are not native. The lamb's ear is not native, but again, it's a good plant to have in a drought type garden. And right there, I'm hoping that's coming through for you. I'm going to zoom in. That is my Indian paintbrush. I did a small video on that when I put that tomato cage around it because it had splayed out, and it's looking better right now. Looks pretty good with all that color on it. Indian paintbrush, native plant. And we have another rose right there. She's got some blooms on her too. And here's my chives. I need to deadhead them so I can get a second flush of blooms. Directly behind that is a plant called Jupiter's Beard, or valerian. That variety is Alba. That's the white variety. Get past my hummingbird stand there. In the center of the screen, that's another yarrow. And the white blooms you see, that is the valerian. And the purple that you're seeing, that is my Rocky Mountain penstemon. It's a hummingbird magnet. And the blooms are all beginning to open. So it's looking lovely. Okay, and this is my firecracker penstemon. The green coming up in it, it's actually a variety of sunflower. I planted it about 3.5 or 4 years ago, and it gets almost 6 feet tall, and I didn't want that tall of a plant up here, so I'm continuing to pull out self-seeding little plants. I don't want that to overtake. And then this is my plum tree. That is a Native American plum. The smoky looking is a bronze fennel. It's very good for the swallowtail butterflies. They like to lay their eggs on it, and at the right time of the year I have all kinds of caterpillars, which is awesome for a native plant garden. That little salvia with the light blue, that is not a native, but it's doing pretty good there. The little silver right there, that is tufted evening primrose, which is a native. And the little peach colored right there, that is a non-native foxglove. And then kind of in this general area here, you can see the leaves of my Colorado columbine, which is native. And here is my chocolate flower up here closer to the front porch. So that is kind of what is in bloom in my native Colorado garden today. My peonies here are still looking really good. I am going to share that plant right there is my lead plant. Wait, that's not the lead plant. I'm sorry. That plant is my ironweed. It's a great pollinator plant, and it I believe it is a host plant. I'd have to look that up to verify it, but I'm pretty sure it is. It's a native prairie plant. And that little patch of green right there, that is my pitcher sage, big blue pitcher sage. It's a native plant. It has a lot of different names, but that's what that is. Hopefully that purple is coming in for you. That purple is all my Rocky Mountain penstemon. And then my fern bush, which is another native, is right there. All her leaves have that ferny look to them. It's a little early for her blooms, but hopefully she'll bloom in the next month or two. And then we are back to the goldenrod and the sedums. So that is kind of what is in bloom today. Today is May 31st, 2026. I'll put that on my intro to the video. I need to do some weeding today. And for me, the weeding typically is dandelions and or grass, just straight up grass. This used to be a lawn, and I converted it into this native, mostly native, not 100%, garden that you see. So many pollinators, lots of bees and the small fly varieties are visiting today. Lovely to see. Hope you have an amazing day, and feel free to stop and visit again. I'm trying to kind of journal this garden and how it changes and evolves. Oh, I will show you this over here. This is one of my peonies. It's over here closer to my porch, but it's a very pretty variety. Has a lovely scent. It's got 2 buds on it right now, blooms. Here by my porch, this is a major wheeler honeysuckle, and the hummingbirds love it. And that's probably obvious because of the shape of the blooms, but yeah, that's a good pollinator plant. Lots of peonies in this little garden bed. Some irises. And this would be considered a weed for me. That needs to go. But here's my lovely rose. It's got lots of new growth, but I haven't seen any buds on it yet. We'll come back over here to the chocolate flower. Looks pretty lovely today. Hope you have an amazing day. I appreciate you stopping by. Take care and feel free to visit again. Thank you.